One of the first features is what we call the landmark of the tower. This is the landmark, and it's our atrium. And the atrium is a little bit unique in a way that we capture two things. One is we give them the feeling of a resort environment, and the second is we maintain privacy. So if you look at other hospitals that they did that, you're going to notice that the atrium is open to the patient rooms. So you see people in gowns and you see people, well, we don't have that here. We kind of we looked at other atriums and we've seen what they've done, and we tried to do something very unique, and we succeeded to do that. So we accomplished that atrium feeling, breaking the anxiety as you walk through here, but you still gave the patients their privacy. The tower is above the atrium. Gotcha. And in the balcony here, it's not a balcony where you're going to see patients. You're going to see people that they're attending classes, educations, board meetings, executive meetings. It's all in here. So we did combine both in one without jeopardizing the privacy and the looks of the typical patient floor. It's above that.
Gotcha.
So we feel that this makes the design very unique and different than others.
Just pan that real so we get everything.
Okay. The other thing is we making everybody that comes in here that wants to go up to the upper level, you don't have to use the elevator to go to the upper level. We brought in what we call it's a celebration type of stairs. You're celebrating this area. Gotcha. So you're going up. So we didn't make it electrical, and we're not recommending that you take the elevator unless, of course, you're incapable of walking the stairs. So we did this stairs. It's going to change a little bit. We're going to flare it up, widen it, spiral it at the base. So we're going to make it a little bit jazzier than what you're looking at.
Gotcha.
That's going to start next week. Why this is unique? It allows you to go up.
Let me ask you a question. You have an indication that we're getting the sound we want?
We got a radio.
Right. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is unique in a way that it allows you, as you go up, two things. Number one, it allows you to get to the balcony, and then also you go straight into an open environment cafe. So you can sit, you can read your newspaper, you can grab your breakfast, your latte, but also if you can continue going, it takes you from the modern area to the old side of the hospital. So there is a connector as we will walk through. You will see that takes you straight into the 1928 building. And that connector, we like to call it Halifax Main Street.
Main Street, okay.
Why is that? Because it's really the street that if you take that street, you can reach the variety of eras where this hospital started in 1928 all the way to 2008.
Oh, okay.
So this is the not the connector, the physical connector, it's also a historical connector. And it also will take you through the stages, how this hospital got developed, and why it's a landmark actually, why it's history. So, let's walk in.
We'll follow you. You can just stay tight on him. What tells us if we're getting the sound?
I try to get something on the thing, and as long as the volume is at halfway, it's getting good sound. Because I tested everything yesterday.
Yeah. If you back up right here and then you look this way, for the first time ever in the history of the hospital, we will have a dedicated entrance to the ED. But not only it's dedicated, it is also open to the Mayberry traffic from Clyde Morris. The hospital had a history of customers always look for where the ER is. You can see it, it's way in the back. And you have to make 2 or 3 turns. Now you will be able to see the sign north, east, and west, and you have a traffic light. So we really can claim if we put a sign on Clyde Morris, which is a state road, hospital emergency entrance, it is true entrance now. So it's not like taking you to go to another street and then make another sign. No, we got rid of all that. Another feature is that once you walk in, you'll see those 3 or 4 areas open. That's the concept that it's brand new to the ER industry. Once you walk in, you do have human contact. You're not gonna walk in and knock on the door or slider, no. There's greeters right in the front, and they're designated by clinical needs. So if you're ER patient, an adult one, there somebody will grab you right away.
And that's unique to us. Now, do we want to see that now, or?
Sure, you can take a look at that.
Let's just look at that since it's unique.
You don't see that anywhere else. You're not going to see it for a while. designated right now, the best I know, is one will be for pediatrics, one will be for ER, adult, one will be for quick admit, and I don't know what the fourth one will be, but it's a concept in which it makes you feel as you walk in that you're not in a typical ER that you will wait 6 hours.
Okay.
You're being taken care of the minute you walk in.
Wow.
With a person.
A person will tell you what to do. We're going to call this the waiting area, but really we're going to have to come up with something
A new
different.
name, yeah.
There is no waiting. The minute you walk in, there is contact. It's not going to be sit down, we'll call you when your turn comes in. Not really, because if you look at the triage, the 5 triage rooms right behind this area here, these ladies will take whoever in need right away into a triage, and if they actually need the care right away, they don't have to come back. The door goes straight through to the corridor into the first pod, be as it may.
Can we walk there?
Yeah.
Good. Shot like right over his shoulder, kind of tight, just in case you pick up the audio. Make sure you don't want to sound check.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Those are not your standard triage systems. I challenge if you're going to find anyone.
Jacob, let us pause for just 1 second.
Sure.
We just want
Okay, we're ready? Okay. Okay, what's so unique about this triage area? What do you usually see in triage areas? You see somebody, sitting across the counter, take your vitals, and tell you what's wrong with you, and then go sit back, and then we'll take you to a room. Well, take a look at this. You're going to find out that they have everything as if it's an exam room. Even though you're not going to be examined 100% here, it's just you being triaged. But we make sure that we have everything, from a nurse call to medical air to all the emergency. We even have a sink for a patient. So really, if you look at our triage setup, it is equal to a standard industry exam room. So let alone when you walk into the real exam room, it's about twice as big. So we didn't leave anything really untouched. We touched on everything. For the ease of flow too, all the people that they will do the registration are behind this wall, the processing and verification in here. So this is sort of like a multi-use corridor for all the in-work or incoming work. So they don't have to be causing any chaos outside like you see now, or you see in any hospital, people walking with people. No, it's all behind this area. When you're outside and waiting, you're not going to feel what is going on. You're just basically relaxing, waiting for your whatever it is that you're waiting for. Okay. Where do we want to go next? Do we want to go straight up, or we want to begin the pods?
Why don't we begin the pods?
Okay.
And I'll have Mike stick real close to you.
If you're wearing a tennis shoes, watch it, because we're at this stage now. There is nails.
Okay.
Okay, now you're entering the pods. Okay, as you enter the pods, the first unique thing that you probably will notice is linear corridors. Not too much turning right and left, up and down. And there is a reason for that. And the reason for that is, the first reason for that is, number one, we're making it easy for the patients to find their way. Number two, we're making it efficient for the clinicians so they can really see straight line. So there is no moving around. Okay, the pods are designated by clinical needs. I'm going to give you what we know so far.
Okay.
Pod 1 is designated for pediatrics care. Now, what makes us unique in that regard is we do have a designated peds waiting area. Where you entered that room to your right, that's going to be a pediatrics waiting area, so we will have toys and video games and things. And that's a good practice to keep them in a room where they feel like they're not out of their environment as children. And the first pod, obviously, is their pod. Okay. Let's start with a pod is a congregated group of rooms that could operate independently. That's just